Hello guys, so this time around I have a different set of questions on fractional equations. Sometimes it is very important for you to double check the denominators before you start looking for the common one, of course. So if you look at our common denominators, you realize that on the right hand side we probably need to do something here. There is something that we definitely have to do. We have 18 minus 27d. Of course, these are two terms, but you realize that there's something common between those two terms, right? I hope you're brainstorming there. There is 9 common between the two. So if you factor out 9, it means you have 2 minus 3d. So that will be your first move before you look for a common denominator. Then we can come back on the question now. It means we have what? 9 over 2 minus 3d being equal to 4d over 9 open bracket 2 minus 3d. Now, once we have similar brackets like this on one fraction and another, it means you're just going to take one of those brackets, okay? So our common denominator is probably this whole denominator here. This is our common denominator. Are we clear? Right, sorry about that. I don't need to write that. Yes, we need to be careful every time when you're solving equations with fractions. Double check your denominators every time, because if you're going to take both denominators like what we normally do, if there is nothing matching there, you end up having a very long equation. So we have to try and avoid that. So in this case, that means we are multiplying both sides by 9 open bracket and then 2 minus 3d. Okay, right, this is where we are. You can do cross multiplication still, it's still okay, still fine. You can take this up here. Remember, we have one term on one side and one term on the other side, then this guy goes to the other side. So on the left hand side, it means we have 9 times 9 open bracket 2 minus 3d being equal to 4d open bracket 2 minus 3d. So I'll show you the other method where you are multiplying both sides as well. Okay, so this means you have 81 multiplying 2 minus 3d here being equal to 4d and then 2 minus 3d. I don't know if there's something that you are probably seeing here. I hope there's something that you can see. Sometimes you have to find easier ways of solving these equations. You can divide both sides before you expand. Sometimes it's not always the case of expanding. Okay, so divide both sides by 2 minus 3d. So that this guy goes and this guy goes, this one goes and that goes. So you're now left with 81 equals 4d there. Then you can probably divide both sides by 4, divide by 4. Okay, so which means d is equal to 81 over 4. And of course we know that we have 20 remainder 1 over 4 here equals d. So if you decide to use the other method that I had highlighted earlier on, it means you are multiplying both sides of that equation by the common denominator, of course. So on the left hand side we have 9 over 2 minus 3d, right? 9 over 2 minus 3d being equal to 4d over 9 open bracket 2 minus 3d. So your common denominator, you're multiplying both sides by 9 and then 2 minus 3d. On this side as well, you're multiplying by 9 and then 2 minus 3d. Okay, then you realize that this guy cancels out with that one, this one cancels out with this one. on the left hand side you're left with 81 right away. 9 also cancels out with 9 there, equals 4d. Then you can divide by 4, you still get the same answer. I'm sure you can see that, right? D is equal to 20 remainder 1 over 4. Right, so after getting the common denominator, you can always multiply both sides.